I gotta go, guys, because I gotta start my, I gotta start manifesting all this money. I'll see you guys later. What's up, guys? It's your girl Paris, back with another video. Happy October, happy Monday, happy first of the month, happy first day of the last quarter of 2018. Can you guys believe it? I love when it's like the beginning of a new month. It's a Monday, and that just gives me life. So, in order to kick ass this last quarter, I am trying to up my reading game. Right now, I am reading the book Think and Grow Rich. I had a few other books on my list, but after doing some research, I heard that this is a really amazing book, and to be honest, I'm addicted. I'm such a nerd. I spend all my days like reading. Any extra time I have, I love to read. If you don't like to read, I highly recommend somehow consuming this knowledge into your brain somehow. I like reading because I feel like it just really ingrains it in my brain. If you don't like it, you can get an audiobook. I know that this specific book has a full audio version on YouTube. So thanks YouTube again. So I read the first 3 chapters and I just wanted to share my number one thing that I took away from reading the first 3 chapters of Think and Grow Rich. All of these ideas and theories have been practiced, whether knowingly or not knowingly, subconsciously or consciously. These have been used by the most successful people in the world. No matter what, if you're a success, you use these. And if you are able to do it purposefully, if you're able to intentionally take on the principles in this book, you're supposed to just really flourish. Today I started one of the practices, and I really like books that have action steps, because that way you can really take in the book. And if you're reading a book and it has action steps, trust me when I say just take the time to do it. Yes, the book's going to take you longer to read, but this is where the game changer is. When you take the time to do the actual work in the book, it really instills into you and really ingrains. And I love when I get a new bit of information, I can just go share it with people. So that's going to be you. In the book Think and Grow Rich, it's really about manifesting a life of abundance, not just through money. And when they're saying think and grow rich, they mean having rich relationships, having rich mental health, having, yes, wealth as well, of course. But this goes for everything. And they actually state that. If you guys read your introductions, they actually state that in the book. Second chapter is called Desire. And in that chapter, they have what I think will be a very powerful practice to do for this month of October and for the rest of my life. And I would hope you want to join too. So if you want to get a pen and a paper or whatever you use to take your notes on, I'm an old-fashioned kind of girl. Maybe you want to do this too, or just go get the book. So there's a section, it's called 6 Ways to Turn Desires into Gold. And your girl's ears perked up when she heard that. Okay, so the things that I really, truly want, the things that you dream of when you're laying down in bed. How do you turn the things that you desire into reality? It says, the method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent. So meaning the method by which your desire, your want for riches can be transferred into actual money, okay? It consists of 6 definite practical steps. This is like math. This book is like math. It is not, oh, these are theories. If this is something you want to believe, no, these are cold, hard facts that if you do these things, that they will come into fruition. So first step is you want to find the exact amount of money that you want to manifest. You know, you're going to take that number, you're going to put it in your head. I have mine. Okay? So you have your number. And it can be any number. And don't think, oh man, I'm thinking way too big. Of course you want to make it realistic, but if you're going to work your butt off, you know, you can get up there. You can get in the high numbers. If you want to try practicing with a smaller number first, go for it. Do your thing. So it's saying that it's not enough just to say, oh, I want a bunch of money. I want a lot of money. You have to have an exact figure. There's a reason. There's a psychological reason why you need to have that exact number. Now, second, which I found really interesting, was you need to identify what part of yourself are you willing to give in order to receive this money. Now, when I wrote this question down initially, I put, what am I willing to give / sacrifice? And I said, what am I willing to sacrifice? Now, when I read later on, pages later, they said this is not a sacrifice. This is simple. It shouldn't feel like a sacrifice. So sacrifice, I crossed that word out immediately, and I just kept it with give. What do I intend to give in return for the amount of money I want to manifest? There's no such thing as something for nothing. So if you're thinking of a huge number, you got to think about what huge actions you're going to take to get to that number. So that was very interesting. The third thing we want to do is establish a definite date by when we want to accumulate this money. So now we have how much we want to accumulate, what we're willing to give, and by when are we going to accumulate this money. Fourth thing we want to do is create a definite plan of how we're going to get this money. So we now know all of these other things. Now we can take it inch by inch. We now know where we are and where we want to be, and it's about filling in the gap, like Tony Robbins says, filling in the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Once you create the plan, you need to hit the ground running right away. Whether we're ready or not, it's time to hit the ground. So as soon as you have your plan, you have your amount, you have your reason why, and you have your what, it's time to get into action. Start checking off things off that list that is getting you to where you want to be. And as I'm like hearing this, and as I was filling mine out, I started getting extremely excited and my blood was rushing. I was getting goosebumps, and it was just thrilling because my imagination is, I mean, it's out of this world. So to know that if you can think it, you really can acquire it and you really can have it is so motivating and so exciting. Now, the fifth thing is you are going to write out your entire statement, starting with the amount of money you want to acquire, what you're willing to give, when you're going to do it, and then your plan. You're going to write it all out. Now, when I did this, when I had my plan, I just kept bullet pointing, because my mind was just like going. So when it came time for this step, I decided to scale it back a little bit and just try to make it a little bit shorter because of the sixth and final step, which is every day we're supposed to look in the mirror and tell ourselves this statement. When you wake up, say in the mirror, but you know, your girl will probably be in the mirror. As soon as you wake up, you say your statement. And as soon as you go to bed. Now, I'm sure people who are already successful, they have been doing it. They've been just telling themselves they're rock stars and everything like that. Even if they don't realize that they are using like the principles from Think and Grow Rich or The Secret or whatever this secret is, because in Think and Grow Rich, he also identifies all of these as the secret. It's not a secret, it sounds like a bunch of hula. I don't know what the word is. What do you call hoopla? what's the word for that? I don't know, it just sounds like a bunch of just bullshit. But I figured, what do I have to lose? Like, if I actually just put in the work, actually not only do step 6 now, we gotta do steps 1 through 6. So if I'm putting in that plan and I'm putting in the work and I'm putting my best foot forward and giving my best self every time, I'm not going to fail. There's just no way. I'm gonna have roadblocks, but I'm gonna get there eventually. I really encourage you guys to go on this journey with me. Just start today. Whenever you have a chance, save this video, give it a thumbs up. I will let you guys know at the end of the month how this is going for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you like this. I'm gonna be doing a bunch more on this topic. Every 3 chapters that I read, I'm gonna do a new video on the #1 lesson that I learned from that section of the book. There's 15 chapters in Think and Grow Rich, so there's gonna be 5 videos that I'm going to put out about this book because I think it's extremely important. If you're all about this type of thing, let me know. I know some of you guys like my videos where I do my makeup and trying little tutorials. I enjoy doing those too. I'll probably do those once a week. But I'm really into self-mastery. It is something that I do whether anyone knows about it or not. So that is what I plan on sticking to. I kind of getting my niche down. Follow me on Instagram as well, guys. Now, I gotta go because a girl has some manifesting to do. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.